Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, you guys. It is Saturday, okay? It's 24th, the 23rd of December. It is the last day of the 12 days of Vlogmas and Married to Medicine. You know what we're here for today? We're here for Married to Medicine. We're going to knock that out, okay? Because my makeup is fresh. It's fresh. It's fading, but it's fresh, okay? So we're going to knock that out while we're here. All right, so before we get going good, you guys already know the routine. It's been a while since I've been on camera like this. Typically, I'm doing the car vlogs. Y'all shouldn't have never hit me to them car vlogs. Why you do that? Okay, so I'm glad to be back on camera. And I'm excited about Vlogmas coming to an end. Although it's been really, really fun. I'm excited about, just chilling out for a minute and taking a little bit of a respite. So you guys will probably see a couple of vlogs here, car vlogs here and there, but until Greenleaf comes on, I'm probably not going to review any shows. I thought about reviewing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but it's so much going on there. It's really best for me to watch and be entertained as opposed to trying to do a full-on review. So, yeah. Okay, you guys. So let's talk about Married to Medicine. This is season 5 of Married to Medicine. This is episode 7, Mama Drama. And apparently it's around Mother's Day as well as around Quad's birthday. And we pick up where we left off with Dr. G getting his golf clubs, going to get in his Matchbox car and peeling off. Okay. And we see Quad call Simone. And all the stuff she should have been telling Dr. Gregory with the tears and all of that, and the telling how he makes you feel. You should have been telling Dr. Gregory that. You let Dr. Gregory walk out the door. You went to go get a piece of paper and let Dr. Gregory walk out the door, and then you call Simone and tell Simone the whole skinny. Like, it's oxymoronic. And at this point, I'm starting to kind of low key feel like maybe you don't want Dr. Gregory to get it. You kind of want Dr. Gregory to spin his wheels and try to figure out. Later on, we see Quad go pick up Toya. And she tell Toya she looking for a new resident. She want her to go with her. And she's like, oh, well, you and Dr. G. Well, I didn't say Dr. G was coming. And Toya's like, what? What's going on? What do you mean? I don't. And she was like, yeah. And she's starting to tell her, which everybody knows there's some things going on in her marriage and she's not happy right now and she's not fulfilled. And Dr. G calls and she said, it's him right now. I don't have time to talk to him right now. I'm driving. She was like, no, that's your husband. This is Toya. No, that's your husband. Answer. Like, ding, ding, ding. You guys just talked about this in the argument, Quad. Like, did one come before the other or not? I mean, which one did y'all film first, the argument or the Toya situation? Because I don't get it. So she says, yeah, I'm just gonna let him go, roll him over. And so Toya was like, no, that's your husband. You're supposed to pick up. And she was like, oh no, because he just wants to continue the argument. And she was like, that's your husband. You're supposed to pick up. So he picks up and she was like, hey. And he was like, hey. And she was like, listen, I'm in the car, so I'm gonna have to call you back. And Toya said, hey, Dr. G. And he was like, hey, Toya. And so she says, so I don't see dinner for happy, dinner's gonna be a challenge for me tonight. So I'm you might have to pick up something for yourself. He was like, oh, well, I didn't think you were cooking tonight anyway. I mean, because we just had like a blow up, so I wasn't expecting you to cook. But he never really got out what he was gonna say. She was like, see how petty he is. He is the king of petty. He stayed petty, child, anyway. And he said, well, I wasn't being, and she hung up on him. It was like, what did you do? She was like, no, I'm not arguing with him. He being petty. I'm not arguing with him. And And so Toya said, well, my mom always said communication is better than not, arguing is better than not communicating at all. And she said, oh no, she don't play that. Dr. G called her back and forth with all that arguing. She blocks him. And Toy was like, what? And I mean, she took it to heart. Like, I really believe Toya was upset because she was like, Toya, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. No, don't cry because then you're going to make me cry. I was like, you don't really want to cry. Toya is upset about it because she knows that this will be the demise. This behavior will be the demise of your relationship. And if that's not what you want, you need to change your behaviors. And she got, Toya did get a little misty eyed. And like I said before a couple of episodes ago, I used to think Toya was a gold digger, but I feel like Toya really loves Eugene. It seems like they've got a really close relationship. But anyway, Toya was like, you need to communicate. Y'all need to talk. Y'all need to work this out. And so they get to where the new residence is, and it's a warehouse. It's motorsports. That's a pretty popular car dealership here, and they sell luxury used vehicles. So the car that she has, it's gorgeous. It's one of those Mercedes, square box type trucks, and she had the red brake. I don't know. Y'all don't know. Y'all know I don't know, but it was pretty. It was slate gray, and it was kitted out with red, and the cost was $100 and something thousand. And she said, "This is my money. This is my money. I don't have to tell him." And so Toya was like, "No, a purchase like that you should run by your husband." She was like, "Well, when he bought some car that he bought, he just bought." And she said, and Toya said, "Well, what did you say?" And she said, I didn't say anything. That's his money. He can spend it. He worked hard for it. He can spend his money like he want to spend it. She was like, nah, y'all need to talk about these things. And Quad, $100 and something thousand for that truck. Girl, you got to learn how to diversify. You got to learn how to diversify. You should have chopped $50,000 up and pocket it in little places here and there and sit on that joker for a year. Don't touch it. Let it get interest. And then take your 100 off the top. What are you thinking? Anyway, that's the last we see of Quad. It's Quad's birthday. This is her birthday gift. She's treating to herself. Later on, when Mariah has her Mother's Day bruncheon, luncheon, whatever that is, Quad doesn't show up. And it goes without saying that Mariah noticed that Quad did not show up. And she makes a note that Quad never told her that she wasn't going to show up. But I don't know why you was expecting Quad. I have no idea why. Anyway, so then let's move on to Simone. Simone's sister arrives and she gives Simone the whole skinny. Simone gives her the whole skinny about her and Cecil, and she starts crying. And the sister said the same thing I said in the first episode when we realized that Cecil and Simone was having trouble. And that is, I've got this weird undershirt on and it's bugging me. Anyway. And she told her, when you have someone who it's not instinctual for them to express love, then until they learn, you have to be love. You have to be kindness. So when he comes at you with a rah, 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 you say, okay, now let's talk about what's possible in that whole scenario. You know what I'm saying? Or, I love you too, honey. Can I have a hug first before we get to my to-do list? Will you give me a hug? Okay. You just have to find a way to kind of navigate around that kind of abruptness. All right. And I know this firsthand. We'll talk about this at a later time, but I know this firsthand. Trust me. You have to meet that, that curt, abrupt, what we perceive as mean when we're loving, nurturing people as being mean. You have to meet that with kindness and love. And it's hard because you want to say that's not fair, that's not right. You should just do it. Anyway, we learn a little bit more about Simone later on because um Simone Dr. Jackie goes to see Cecil and meet Cecil for lunch. And her and Cecil talk about Curtis, and she talk about the fact that she still loves Curtis. Curtis is not blaming her, but he's taking all the responsibility, and she wants to hear him out. He well, this is his alpha and his omega with cheating. And she's gonna hear him out, and just go on from there. Talking to Quad made her realize that there was some things that she could have done differently, not necessarily to keep him from cheating, but to be more of an active participant in their relationship. And so then she leads into conversation about Cecil and Simone. And Cecil said, I never had that in a relationship. I never had that. I mean, my parents. I love you and honey and baby and sweetie. Okay. Um, I never had that. And she said, you didn't? And he said, no. So I don't really know. She said, well, just say it. He said, well, Michael, the youngest boy that they have, is the one that does it. I'm the one that does it in my family. I'm the one that got that going in my family. Like, I just got to this point where I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not. I don't want to leave this earth, or you leave this earth, and you don't know how much I love you. So I let everybody I know that I care about, I love them before I get off the phone. I love you. And so that's something we do in our family very, very heavily. So I can relate to that too, right? And so um later on, when they're at brunch, Dr. Jackie mentions to Simone that she talked to Cecil, and this is what he told her. And she said, neither one of us did. Neither one of us grew up like that. And Dr. Jackie mentioned Michael and what he said about Michael. And Simone seconded. So Simone, you asking him to do and be what you yourself are not, you guys need to cut it. You need to go to a place within your own relationship where you say, this is what we're going to do. This is the extreme that we're going to go to save our relationship, because it looks like you both want to save your relationship and reestablish some things. You guys need to go for 30 days, nothing but kind words. You can't grumble, you can't grouch, nothing but kind words. When you want to say it stinks in here, if you say it stinks in here, now you got to give me 2 compliments. Okay? Until it becomes routine. Neither one of y'all has the routine of showing each other love and affection. Obviously, you guys love each other, but clearly, you guys do not have a routine of how you talk to one another. And this goes back to Simone being in that ice cream shop with her son. When her son said he was settling for black, he would settle for chocolate. Okay, he would settle for chocolate. It rolled right off her back, because that's what they do. That's the kind of jokes they have around the house. That's not about black and white, but their humor in their home is more collegiate. It's more sophomoric. It's not it's not this lovey-dovey type thing. And they showed a clip of Simone asking her son Michael to give her a hug. Give mommy a hug. Show mommy some love. That type of thing. Listen, I'm just saying, there needs to be some reform in y'all house, honestly, Simone. And stop it. Stop it with the blaming Cecil, because we know now that it goes both ways. How you guys are talking to one another, and how you guys are, what you guys are missing in terms of affection with one another. All right. So all that came out in the wash. Let's see what else. We talked about Dr. Jackie and Cecil. La, 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 la. Okay, so Heavenly got a chance to talk to Jewel Tankard, and they talked about, Heavenly want to work on some things. She really, really wants to apologize to Miss Lucy personally. They of course now know by now that Mariah is going to do a Mother's Day brunch. And Mariah did a beautiful job, you guys, but we're gonna talk about that. And so um we also get to see Heavenly's son come home, and he's a beautiful boy. Her Allura and this son that go to Georgia State, they're beautiful children. They really, really are. Um, and they all seem like they have a good dynamic in their relationship. So let's fast forward to the brunch. Mariah has asked everybody to wear yellow or white. Contessa comes, and Contessa comes with Miss Renee. Now, Miss Renee loves the children. She loves them up. She's a great nanny, but her relationship with Contessa is very common. I'm gonna say that it's a very common relationship. Okay, I feel like Miss Renee's got some vices, as we all do, and Contessa knew that. Contessa knew when she brought her there that she had some vices. And so I don't blame Miss Renee. Miss Renee just being Miss Renee. Contessa should have known that that was not going to be the environment for Miss Renee. Now, hopefully, maybe she thought she was going to change Miss Renee's ways by bringing her into that environment. But I think Miss Renee made it clear. I am who I am. And if y'all mother suckers don't like it, pow, 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 pow. Miss Renee will get to it with you, especially after she done had a couple of 2 or 3 of these, right? Everybody looks beautiful. Okay, everybody's there with the exception of Quad. They're outside, they're gathering, they go inside, they sit down. Miss Renee has had a couple of drinks by now. She goes up to Miss Lucy, all right, and she wants to have a conversation with Miss Lucy. And it is loud, it's inappropriate, and we about to have dinner. She completely is oblivious, to the fact that we about to all sit down and eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just like, she was that level of drunk, not like stumbling and all of that, because obviously she has a high threshold for alcohol, but she was at that level of buzzed where your whisper is broken. So instead of her saying pass the salt, she was like, "You got some salt? Can you pass that salt, please?" And then she was hollering over 2 tables over to Contessa. Contessa was like, "Shh, shh, 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 shh." Oh, she was like Baps. You know what I'm saying? She like Baps. Totally. When she told him, she called when Contessa make her mad, she called her a black doctor bitch. I was like, first of all, that is so cumbersome to say. A and B, it's a lot of stuff she could say, Miss Renee, that you would not appreciate. We learned that Contessa's mom died when she was 34 from cancer. She had cancer when they were young, breast cancer, and when it returned, it was all over her body. And so Contessa said she suffered, and she had like a little break-in. And I was like, "Don't do it, not today, Contessa. We can't do it today. We can't do it today. I got to be strong today." So she kind of views Miss Renee as her mom. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that Miss Renee love her babies, love her children, would never hurt them. I am a little concerned about the drinking. Is she not drinking all day, or what's going on with that? Um, I don't know. I don't hate to bring it up. I'm just saying. She seemed like she likes like a little taste of the wine, but who doesn't? I'm just saying. So, they get to eating and everybody's chit-chatting and talking, and Miss Lucy is wearing a crown and she's wearing a beautiful yellow dress, and she gets to talking with Toya's mom. Toya's mom is there. She looks beautiful. Um, okay, so let's talk about Mariah. Mariah has everything set up lovely. It is beautiful. Flowers, table setting, there's butterflies under glass. It is a beautiful, beautiful event. She did a wonderful job. She stands up and she decides that she wants to honor all the women, special moms that she knows. She honors a mom, a stay at home. No, she honors another lady who's got, I guess, a gaggle of kids, and she gives her a little trophy, and she honors Toya, who she says is killing it as a stay-at-home mom. And she says, even though we have had our issues, she has never disrespected my mother. I was like, oh, y'all did kind of jump on her with y'all handbags, but okay. So, and I really appreciate that. And she gets to it. And it's a dig at Heavenly. But my thing is, Mariah, why would you lie to Heavenly last week and tell her that you forgive her? And then have this public display of what is clearly directed at Heavenly. That right there would get you silenced. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not mucking with you no more. So now I'm officially saying I get it. Between her not having accountability or humility, and now you just keeping this thing going where you want to take another dig at Heavenly. You know what I'm saying? She knew she was directing that towards Heavenly. Like, why you bringing up never disrespected my mother? Like, who? Anyway, then she gives Miss Lucy one. Gives Miss Lucy a trophy. And so they all go out back outside and put on their comfortable shoes. They supposed to be, they be gonna party, honey. We gonna party, honey. We gonna party, okay? They go outside and Heavenly talk to Simone. And Heavenly's like, I want to apologize to Miss Lucy. I think clearly some people is not over some things, okay? And Simone is like, fine, that's fine. The reason why Heavenly didn't do it initially is because she thought it would be a situation and she didn't want to do that at this Mother's Day brunching. And so she goes over to Miss Lucy and she makes the amends and she apologized. And Miss Lucy says something that I thought was weird coming out of somebody her age's mouth. And that is, well, really, I don't think I can forgive you at this time. I'm just so hurt. The reason why you should forgive her is because your daughter is the one that, lobbed the insults over there. Your daughter called her dirty and dusty and dingy. Okay, in a vicious exchange. And she shouldn't have said your mama, but you already know that was kids playing, kids fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you the mom, you supposed to be above all of that. Like, Miss Lucy just want a storyline. That was some straight up bull. That's a straight up bull. And I can see where Mariah get it from. I can see where Mariah gets that attention seeking behavior from. And I can see where she gets constantly throwing digs and slights at people from. Miss Lucy's a trip. And Miss Lucy thinks she married to a doctor. Because her daughter married to a doctor. I can already see it. Oh, this video running long. But anyway, that was kind of awkward. And then of course, Miss Renee was kicking up again. It was a good episode. What do you guys think about the Simone situation? Now we find out that Simone is not loving and caring to Cecil no more than he is to her, because neither one of them really do that. You know what I'm saying? Behave that way. What do y'all think about Quad? Like, to me, Quad seemed like she low-key dogging Dr. G. Like, he's really no match for her. He's really not. And I could see why they went into a domestic situation when they was dating. Because he goes 0 to 60 and she know how to get him there. I got my good eye on Quad. And shout out to Hermit TV. I really appreciate that comment. I really do think Quad is trying to get out of this thing gracefully. That's what I think. That's my thought process. So I'm prepared to be wrong about that. And what do you guys think about Mariah's behavior at the dinner, at the brunching? That was ridiculous as hell. I don't understand why she would do that. But anyway, you guys let me know what y'all thought about Married to Medicine this week. That is all that I have for you guys on this. Please remember to like and comment and subscribe to this video, to my channel if you're not already subscribed. But like and comment on this video. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.